Hi. It's time for some games. Oh. Let me turn the music down. I have to try to get it just right. It's alright, because the music will not be here much longer. Because we're gonna play Who is the Red Queen? A cute little visual novel that we visited briefly during my birthday stream. And this time we're not gonna die on purpose. For sure. We're not gonna die at all, actually. I'm so confident in that. I'm just gonna claim that now. We're not gonna die at all. I'm just gonna be God tier gamer. First try. Let's boot this baby up. And put chat in a corner for myself, because I am still not put the chat overlay for Twitch for my stream. I will figure out how to do that eventually. Perhaps next week. Maybe. What? Why are you not showing? Turned it on. Yes. Red. Yes. Yes. Okay. There we go. Violon. Okay. Is that okay? Let's just. Okay. It just looked a little too close to the edge. That's just from me. Alright, let's. Enough music. Let's turn this off. It's time. It's time to delve into the bloody affair. Double check my sound. Is this good? Is it kind of loud? I know I did this last time, but I'm doing it one more time. Just to get it right before we start. You don't want it too loud. It's kind of loud? Okay. Let's try. Things got to be real quiet. Let's try. Is that better? Itty bitty bee. Let me try it while I'm speaking. A bitty bitty bitty. A bitty bitty. Alright. Epic. We're good. Don't need to save that. Let's get out of here. Let's. Do we want to start over, or do we want to just load from where we left off? We didn't get very far, I don't think. Or maybe it is short. I don't know. I haven't played past where we played last. Maybe. It has. From the last time. You know what? It didn't take us that long. I can read quick. I'll read it quick. Renewed it for reals this time. Let's do it proper from the beginning. I descended through a starry sky. My long blonde hair and red cape flew wildly as I looked to the ground below me with my blue eyes. Falling, falling, falling. I was falling. Down this rabbit hole with no start nor end. I was falling. Where had I gone? Where could I go? As if I were forgetting something very important, I fell down, down and down through a sparkling, shining darkness. Too bright to be dark, too dark to be bright. I must have been chasing after someone, after something. Like a girl whose curiosity was piqued by a rabbit with a watch, I was falling, 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 down, 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 again, again, again. This endless well seemed to lead everywhere, yet nowhere at once. Either the hole extended very deep, or I descended very slow. Was I truly even going downward? Perhaps this was all a dream. A fever dream, or in more words, a fantasy that would be as soon forgotten as it was had. I held just one certainty. I was Alice. Alice was me. Now then, just how long was I supposed to keep falling? The air brushed past my fingers, my cloak ruffling upward. A quiet humming breeze caressed my cheek. As if I could hear someone's voice, a pleasant voice, a woman's voice. I strained my ears for whispers in the wind. Alice, what a time for madness. Without a bit of fear or vertigo, should you not have focused on topics more pressing? Like the darkness, or the light, or how you couldn't awaken from this dream? But even now, you were just falling, falling, falling. Very much like to repeat, falling, 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 I've noticed. Also, describing the blonde hair and blue eyes. Again, it just amuses me. I was like, oh, my hair's not blonde anymore. It's definitely grown out now. But it wouldn't be so eloquent to say my half box bleached hair. My half box bleached blonde hair rushed past my face, reminding me of the dead ends I needed to trim. Anyways. What does it matter? With a thump, thump, I came upon soft grass, and the fall was over. That must be some soft-ass grass. You were falling for a long-ass time. Must be like a bouncy house in here. Oh, but you know what? That's like... Oh, have you ever been to like those playgrounds that have like that kind of squishy like material? It looks like just kind of like a bunch of recycled plastic or some shit, but it's like, you know, they have like a different material as like the ground around the playground, and it's like kind of almost a little bouncy. That stuff. Yeah. Like that. She just bounces. I'm a really dark brown, not actually black hair and gray eyes. Me, the full opposite. Like the traits she's describing, I'm like, ah yes, of course. My blonde hair and blue eyes, of course. The ones I've always had. Not a bit hurt, somehow. I forced myself to my feet. Up above was my head. The firmament, whence I fell, had not a tear in its blue canvas. Down about my eyes, only familiar, unfamiliar surrounded me. I almost said unfamiliar again. Familiar, unfamiliar, unfamiliar. It's I'm just gonna start repeating things 3 times now. I started on an exploratory stroll, even. Yes. Soon I stumbled upon a rabbit who looked like a girl, or a girl who looked like a rabbit. Perhaps the correct answer was that she was both a girl and a rabbit. She had white hair and floppy rabbit ears, pale skin and purple eyes. Her hair was tied into 2 low ponytails by white ribbons, a clock pin adorning her bangs, even. She wore gloves, an oversized blue coat with golden accents, and a red vest over a dress shirt tied with a black ribbon. She also had khaki pants tucked into boots. She looked quite scared as she stood in the forest clearing. She was even holding her hands to her chest. Ah yes, the classic sign that somebody is nervous. Not lingering much longer on the species of the rabbit before me, I called out to her. Are you like... What do you mean, the species of rabbit before? Interesting way to phrase it. Okay. It's like... What are those? Like the giant ones, they're like, what, the T-Rex? Something like that, right? The Rex rabbits. And then there's like... Oh... One, I forgot. There's too many rabbits. I don't remember them. I don't remember my rabbits. I'm sorry. It's like how people see cats. They're like, oh, they're all just cats. I don't know. That one's an orange cat. What species of cat? I don't know. I actually do know species of cat a bit more than I do. That my point is though, I don't know species of bunny. But I'm equating it to how people don't generally know species of cat. Rabbit, cat, rabbit. Tis gato. Good enough. Excuse me! Over here! Hello! Don't be frightened! Calling her out to her caused her to jump. Where was this place? Why was I here? How could I leave to return home? Sorry, I have it. There's allergies. I'm trying to push through. I keep getting a tickle in my throat. What is happening? Well, I'm taking a water break. Reminder, drink some water. I took the bus yesterday. I got back. I don't know what the hell they're growing down at the station. I don't like its pollen, apparently. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay. Alrighty. Return home. Return home. How do I get home? I thought of what to ask her, but she recognized me as soon as I spoke, so my questions were lost in my mouth, unasked. She looked at me with troubled eyes. Alice? White Rabbit? What kind of name is that? White Rabbit. Okay. Have you seen Her Majesty? Do you know where she's gone? Where she could go? Her Majesty the Red Queen. She must be taking a vacation of sorts. I only wish that she could have left this little rabbit a note. I'm in a bit of a panic, you see. The land can't run without its queen. She then took on a distracted look. Please let me know if you catch sight of her. I nodded. Who this Red Queen was, I had not a clue, but a tingling of deja vu. Still, my acceptance of the request let the White Rabbit breathe out a sigh of relief. Just as I prepared to pose my own questions, she straightened her back in surprise. I'm afraid I have to go. I'm going to be late. And she fucking disintegrated in front of us. The White Rabbit dashed off. I wanted to ask some questions, but never mind that. Follow her, Alice! Although I chased after her with only a moment's pause, when I turned a corner, she was nowhere to be seen. She fucking died. She disintegrated in front of our eyes. Vanishes slowly. No! There was only a forest path before me. But now we're at a gazebo. I found myself in a garden, meticulously kept. There was a large white gazebo in the center, with a table and chairs for tea. Tailing the rabbit, I barely dashed a few paces. I hadn't realized such a place was so close by. Rather, I hadn't realized I had run this far. The conjecture tickled my mind that this world I fell into was a magical place, one with paths that pointed to one way, but twisted to another. What an explanation, much more far-fetched than me just not knowing where I was running. I took a moment to catch my breath. Glancing around, I began my walk about the garden. Flowers and greenery all around, but not a person in sight. This place was beautiful. I wanted to meet the person who made it. Not quite a gardening person myself, I still appreciated a pretty place and felt a swelling excitement to explore what sights could be seen. A reminder of reality that dampened my joyful curiosity. I wanted some answers, a way out, and back home. As pleasant as dreams were, one had to be able to awaken from them before they turned into nightmares. Whether this was a dream or reality had still yet to be seen. Step, step. I walked around. Hop, hop. I peered over the bushes. Soon enough I discovered the heart of the garden, where one might sit for tea. Aha! I spotted a white-haired girl in the garden. To amend my previous thoughts, wouldn't it be right to say that I rather also appreciated a pretty person? Sorry, it's not really funny. I just like how it's phrased. Like, can I appreciate a beautiful person? And I'm like, you know what, that's real, yeah. Okay, I can't argue with that. Her hair was long and reached her shoulders, her skin pale and her eyes a light purple. She was also adorned with a regal blue and white dress that was so long it hid her feet. Now we've run into two people with purple eyes. I'm not complaining, though. It is my favorite color. Her expression was quite distant and calm. I noticed bandages wrapped upon her right hand, which was gently clasped over her left in front of her. Ooh. Frivolous thoughts flew through my mind as our eyes met. Oh. Hello. Mean one. Her gaze seemed to beckon me over, so I went over to speak. I went to speak with her. Me one woman. It's okay, Alice. You're allowed to be lesbian over this. Honestly, me too. When character with, like, pretty long white hair. Me too. They always get me with them. I know it's so easy, but I just like it. I don't know what voice I'm gonna do for her. Should I do a British accent? Let's do a British accent. That might get annoying fast, but we're gonna try and do a British accent. My training has prepared me for this. She opened her mouth to speak. The moment. It's here. Seize it. Are you enjoying the garden? Okay, we're gonna go with that. It's fine. It's fine. The garden is beautiful. It's not the only thing. It's beautiful here, though. Release me from the shackles of customer service. Oh my god, are you still at work? No. You. They need to let you out. Free my boy. I love this emoji. You just clocked out. Oh, thank God. Welcome back to the land of the living. Okay. The garden is beautiful. And yes, that's all I said. Nothing else. Yes, the garden is beautiful. The gardener will be happy to hear that from you. I don't think I can do this. I thought I could commit. Me when I'm in the fantasy land of Britain. However, if you've come here now, you should be searching for something. We should first introduce ourselves. She gave me a sad smile. Why so Why are you so sad, baby girl? It's okay, don't be sad. Please, baby girl, be sad. I'm the White Queen. Yeah. Again, the names. That's okay. And that is their names. Oh, I need water. Ugh, these allergies. They will not slow me down. Holy shit, sorry. That was a weird sound that came from my straw. I don't know what that was. Simply do not be sad. Simple. Have you simply tried not being depressed? Yuck. Yeah, thanks. I hadn't thought of that. Just like with the rabbit, for reasons unclear to me, I already knew who she was. Here, that should be as good as a name. I mean, yeah, considering their names are more of like titles. Yeah. Your Majesty, my name is Alice. She frowned. Don't stand on ceremony, Alice. I'm not someone you need to speak with particularly respectfully. Welcome to my garden in Wonderland. That sad smile returned to her face. Wonderland. Not Underland. Like that fucking Tim Burton movie. Movies. Underland. It's Wonderland. I guess if you say it really Britishly. Wonderland. Timberland. Right. Whatever the hell it's called. Wonderland. I tasted the word on my tongue. It tastes like salami. Yum. Delicious. I can't remember why or how I'm here. Not this garden, but Wonderland. Once again, she frowned. I was falling, and I couldn't remember why I was falling. I was simply falling, until I fell. No more. Whoa, who's saying that 3 times? That's crazy. I've sure forgotten something very important. Alice, I'm not gonna lie. I think we might have gotten a concussion, girl. I'm a little concerned. You keep repeating falling, and you've forgotten, you know, you're having a lot of deja vu. I'm a little worried about you. Imagine falling only once. Me falling down the stairs. That pain smile returned.
You didn't force yourself to remember. Some things are better left forgotten. Perhaps it was fate for you. Fate.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? That was a notification. Guarding by falling sound. Oh, that's why we can't remember shit.
Perhaps it was fate for you to come here. Perhaps something is missing that you must find. This world must appear like a place of dreams. You should find the Red Queen.
The missing queen. The one whom the White Rabbit mentioned. That one. That one's the Red Queen. Totally didn't say that weird. Then came a troubled look. Girl, why are you so worried? It's okay. Baby girl, it's okay. I'm here now. Hope you find your queen. I could be your Red Queen. It's okay. I waited for the White Queen to continue. She hesitated to speak of the Red Queen, as if the elusive royal would appear like a ghost behind her as she spoke. I tried to imagine what sort of person the Red Queen was.
She will let you return to your reality. When you meet her, you should be able to find all the answers you are seeking for. As for where she is, that is for you to discover.
Be on it. Be honest. Do you dislike her? And that looks like a yes. I'm seeing yes, maybe. At first she pursed her lips, as if troubled again. Then came that same somber smile.
That's a difficult question, Alice.
I see. So it's complicated. So she's like that. Okay. Okay, I see you. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. Got it. It's a little messy between you two. Gotcha. Okay. I see. Don't need to explain. I got it.
I'll let you judge the Red Queen. You might learn something new about yourself.
Okay. Is that... Okay. Shall I head off to find her now? Now? Her face lit up a bit.
Why not stay for some tea?
Oh, of course I'd love to, but it's not quite afternoon tea time yet. And as we all know, you just simply can't have tea outside of afternoon tea time. It's simply, it just, you cannot do it. If you try, you just can't. It's simply impossible. Did you know that? It's like a law of the universe or something. Just in this universe, it's like almost, it's a little like strangely eldritch, where it's like you truly, it is physically impossible, like, to have tea outside of this specific window of time. Like, everything else is normal. Just, you cannot have tea time. Like, you cannot have tea outside of tea time. And it's a window of, like, 2 hours. She smiled, this time much happier.
A later time, then. Hee hee. I certainly to have tea outside of tea time wouldn't do. I mean, it wouldn't do. At all. Because you can't do it. At all. It's not possible.
Just starts getting like really like strangely creepy for no reason. Forget the Red Queen. We gotta figure out what the hell's happening with tea time. That smile softened into a fond one as she lowered her lids.
I won't keep you for too much longer, Alice. I'm sure you will be able to find that person soon enough.
Until later. See you, babe. Just so it cannot be done.
Later.
I waved goodbye to the White Queen and departed from her garden. Glancing back, I saw her gaze linger upon me. Hello? You like what you see? That poor smile of hers had turned somber again. Oh, never mind. She's like, that poor bastard is gonna die. They're not coming back for tea. Well, not gonna worry about that. Into the woods. They almost just started to the tune. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Anyways, it's creepy now. We're back to serious time. I stepped on to a twisting path in the forest. I didn't know which way to go to find the elusive Red Queen, turning left and right. To find a queen, I thought to seek a castle. However, the rabbit had said the queen was missing, so unless the rabbit had also forgotten something very important, the queen shouldn't have been at the castle. The Red Queen, she seemed like a troubling person. The way the White Queen's face froze, tongue stuttering along, at the topic of the Red Queen made me wonder, was the latter queen a tyrant or a fool? The tutor at home liked to talk about kingship of that sort. To me, either and neither were fine. After all, who are the peasantry to affect the mood of a high queen? A high queen, even. I hummed and walked along with a skip in my step. Just as I reached a rhythm in my stride, I kicked a little something, an animal, that threw me off my beat. Man, don't you just hate that when you're skipping casually and you just fucking kill something? Jesus Christ. I slowed to applaud, my mood a note dampened. Soon I heard the chatter of a girl a few trees away. Seeing not much civilization here in the forest, I followed the voice of the girl. Although she was chatting, I heard her voice alone. Daily occurrence. Can't help but kill something. In fact, I gotta get in my quota every day. I passed by a few bushes and soon enough found a tea party in the middle of nowhere. At a table set before a tree sat the girl. She's got heterophobia in her eyes. Blood for the boot god? Absolutely. I mean, makes sense, right? Boots, historically, made of leather. Leather, made from animal. Gotta kill animal. Bloody. Hence, blood for the boot god. We've come full circle. It connects. We see the connection. Got it. Easy. Jesus Christ. Like. Minotaku? Yeah. The white cloth table was littered with all sorts of tea time things. Tea time things. Tea time things. From a tower with cookies and cupcakes, a rubber duck and a cake with knives in it, pitchers with dozens of tea tags, and a stash of dishes. Ooh, that is a tongue twister warm-up. The rubber ducky is cute. What would be even cuter if it was made of, like, a meringue or something. Or, ooh, like a chocolate. Like a chocolate. Ooh, chocolate, like, hard cast. Even better, like, a filled chocolate cast. Where it's, like, filled with something. It's chocolate, but it's filled with something else. Ooh. I think the meringue would be better with a tea party. The moment there's food, I'm just like, yes, let's get a little sidetracked and talk about that. In the center, even laid a green vase with a dead, plucked apart red rose behind it. Some petals sat in the water. They look kind of like fishies! Don't they look like fish? Guys, I'm not crazy, right? They look like two little tiny goldfish, right? Look at them. To me, they look like tiny little goldfish. Love my goldfish crackers. She's soaking them. You know, for better flavor and texture. Oh. Nope, moving on from that. No, thank you. The girl had long pink hair with uneven side bangs, pale skin, first eye, right eye red, and left eye yellow. A smile was on her features that contrasted with her eye bags. Eye bags. Her outfit was just as chaotic as the table. Under her black trench coat was a loose dress shirt tied with a large purple ribbon. She also wore checkerboard purple pants and white lace-up shoes. That's not that bad. I mean, her colors are coordinating. If that's crazy. Man. They'd hate to see the way I dress. On her gloved hands sat two hand puppets. A white hare with a yellow straw hat and a red bow tie, and a gray dormouse with a little pink flower perched by her ear. The most glaring of all was her large black top hat, wrapped haphazardly in purple ribbons with a piece of paper taped to it. Left over from, oh, what's that game? You know, the one that's like, where you have to guess. Like, you have to get the person to guess the name on their forehead. She just never took it off. What do you think it says? That's the question of the day, chat. What do you think the piece of paper on her hat says? Truly, it could be anything. Oh, what voice should I give her? I don't know. Let's go. Hello there, Alice. What did you come here for? Her chatter ceased. Her mismatch. Ooh, mismatched. Wow. Okay, I can talk. Her mismatched eyes pierced through me in its place. I noticed the little fang in her mouth as she opened it. There's no room here at the table, so don't take a seat. No room, no room. The girl gave a wide grin, as she was wont to do frequently. In fact, it was rare the smile was wiped off her face. She moved the puppets on her hand, a sleepy mouse and a mad hare. The single fang. The anime effect. I can't criticize, though. I have a character who has a little fang. It's a little flashbang. Double offense. I am not immune to the anime effect. Looking right to left, I could barely see the end of the table. Set for tea. Ooh, tea for tea. For tea for tea. Again repeating. One person in such a large space. Conversely, she almost seemed lonely. There's plenty of room, Hatter. Her smile shrunk a bit. To make my point, I took a seat in a large armchair across from the Hatter. The chair stunk of flowers as if to clear away the shadow of an unpleasant previous sitter. I sank back into it comfortably. Then I kept sinking, before I jolted back up with a shallow gasp. 3 is plenty good crowd. That's rude of you to say, Alice. Not very civil of you to sit down without being invited either. She granted me a cheeky grin and a wink. But whatever. Let's just treat you as our extra guest for tomorrow. Not today. Aren't they the same? Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Every day is never a day different. But since I'd rather not deal with it today, we just treat it as if for tomorrow. Dormouse and March don't mind. You mentioned 3, but I only see 1. She wiggled the puppets on her hands as to explain everything. 1 was herself, 2 was the first puppet, 3 was the second puppet, and by first, I think that is the right puppet, and then the second puppet is on the left. I'm scared Alice might be blind. Her mad smile became a mad grin once more. Okay, rude. That's a side effect of being Alice. Don't worry. It's just a side effect of being Alice. She sneered. The pitch of her voice warped. Don't mind the comments. She is Dormouse and he, March Hare. She paused as if waiting for me to greet the animal puppets. I waited. She waited. We sat there in awkward silence. For 5 minutes. Her smile did not falter. In fact, it only widened in anticipation. The silence of the conversation bored me, so I relented to the Mad Hatter's wordless request. I was their guest for tomorrow, so a polite guest I decided to be. Well, hello there. Her smile became ordinary again. I was scared she was deaf as well. Hello there, Alice. It seemed whenever she made the puppet talk, she would often took on a more neutral expression and kept her mouth closed like a ventriloquist. Between the puppets, I much preferred the Dormouse. If a puppet could fall asleep, she looked as if she was about to do so. I felt some pity, as that meant the March Hare would speak more. What were we talking about before? A riddle? Maybe it was this one. Wise raven like a writing desk. Do you have an answer to that riddle? You're no fun, Alice. Relax and have some wine. There is no wine. You're invited for tea tomorrow, Alice. It's the obligation of the host to offer guests to drink at tea time. Maybe she was an alcoholic. Blunt, but fair. Hatter, I can't in good faith call this time of day tea time, nor can I call alcohol tea. I'm sorry. We have to have some reason here. We've gone too far. We cannot... Hey, we can't have wine right now. It's not even afternoon. She waited. You waited. The noodles required 2 more minutes. You both kept waiting. It's like that extended, shot of... in Lego Batman, of him, with the... putting the fucking lobster in the microwave. In, that extended shot where it plays out the whole, fucking minute that it's in the microwave. And then you waited. You both kept waiting. The microwave hummed. Maybe she was an alcoholic. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe she's an alcoholic. Maybe she was born with it. I can't in good faith. God, that's so funny. This is not tea time. It's not even afternoon, and it's too early, and you cannot pass alcohol off as tea. Many have tried. You just, no. Just no. Details. Add some butter. It'll be tea time eventually, so it's tea time now. We're having tea, so it might as well be tea time, don't you think? What did you come here for anyways? Although I couldn't quite say I had come to this tea party with a goal in mind, I figured I might as well tell her. I'm searching for the Red Queen. Her brow contorted as she took a sip of her tea. Puppet sat down for just that moment, dumping the tea away and rinsing the cup. She poured herself another drink. A single sip and she fucking tossed it. Her mismatched eyes narrowed. Oh, her. The Hatter placed her lips to the rim of her teacup and stared at me. A minute passed, all 60 seconds consisting of staring, before she ducked down under the table as if to find an item and popped back up again. Her expression was back to its usual state. Stay and chat for a moment. I'll help you with a little something regarding Her Majesty. The Hatter poured me a cup of tea and slid over a plate of sandwiches. The Hatter's smile became wide. The plate hurtled toward me, forcing me to hurriedly grab it, lest sandwiches spilled all over my lap. Luckily, the cup of tea arrived much more calmly. I took a taste, finding Earl Grey. Is it tomorrow already? At the very least, it wasn't time for afternoon tea. If I'd known I would have tea now, I would have stayed a little longer to have some with the White Queen as well. It was not that people couldn't have tea outside of afternoon tea, but it was a principle of things. Damn. Eldritch tea time theory debunked. It's alright. Had fun while it lasted, boys. Me when I slide sandwiches down the floor like a movie bartender. You slide it down, no one catches it. It just goes until the end and it crashes. I swear that's a bit from something. That's from something. I've seen that in at least one movie. If people drink tea any time of day, they would drink it all day. And what's the problem with that? What's the problem with me wanting tea at 11:30 at night? Huh? What if I want a sleepy blend? What's so shameful about that, huh? What's so wrong about that? Maybe I need a sleepy drink for bedtime. Have you considered this? I've also seen that somewhere, but I don't know where. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to us later. It's been in at least one thing, but honestly, it's probably been in more than one thing. It's probably been in multiple things, so I would not be surprised. One of those timeless bits. I sipped some more, enjoying the citrusy flavor of this black tea. Today is tomorrow for yesterday, don't you think? Unless she doesn't think. That would have been rude of you to ask. She's just normal. Orthogonal. I'm certainly sitting up quite straight. But regarding the Red Queen, do you have some news about her? I'd say I have some business with her instead. Something to do with meat and flesh and all the other red things that a Red Queen might have to do with. Aren't you a hatter? She grinned widely. Yes? Not a butcher. Unless your meat is made out of hat. While talking about all the things unappetizing, I took a bite of a sandwich filled with an ambiguous color. A bold choice while we are talking about meat. A milky sweetness melted in my mouth. I tasted some sort of fruit inside. Maybe it was mango, or kiwi, or strawberry. Satisfied with the pleasant sweetness, I took another sip of tea. This tea and these sandwiches are delicious. Thank you, Alice. You made them? Compliments to you, then. The Hatter grinned with a wink. Wow, such flattery. Since you put me in such a good mood, I guess we can go ahead with Her Majesty's matter. She smiled as if laughing. In fact, she's been sitting here with us the whole time. Record scratch. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Time to get serious. I sat up even straighter in confusion. Straighter. Why did I draw that straighter? The straights, they're getting me. Help. In confusion, glancing around, I saw no queens in sight. Not a human nor animal besides the two of us here. And the puppets. The Hatter rolled a chair over and pulled a cloth off from over the chair's holdings. Ta-da! Whoa! Someone spilled some jam on the screen. Nausea ran up my spine. On the chair sat a chunk of meat, dressed up in tattered human clothes. Still dripping red, the flesh seemed to ripple, undulating. Was it rotting, or was it still alive? My head spun as I squinted at the thing. This meat. No. This thing resembled a human torso, with half a neck and chopped off limbs, dolled up with what could have been fancy clothes. This was surely human flesh. I sensed an odd familiarity to the torso, but also felt as if I was looking at it from an incorrect angle. This was the torso of a regal woman. This was raw human flesh. This is the Red Queen? Well, guess there's nothing to do since she's dead. Guess we'll just be leaving now. The Hatter's eyes narrowed again, brows furrowed but still smiling. An inappropriate question flitted across my mind. Could we consider it as sitting if it didn't have legs? I suppose, yes. I thought you said we weren't a butcher, Hatter. We definitely couldn't consider this a hat. No, I don't think so. Hold on, I need some water. Whoa, serious time. But you know what? That does make the title of this game a little bit more peculiar. Because instead of who was the Red Queen, it is who is the Red Queen. Implying either she's alive in this state, a little horrifying, or there is a Red Queen, and it is perhaps like an avatar thing where it passes on to other people. Well, that's a little strange. Having just eaten, the strawberry taste in my mouth turned into a meaty texture like raw pork. I could almost taste sweet, rotten fat. Ew. I swallowed it. Because spitters are quitters. Her expression returned to normal. I wondered if the Hatter wanted to make me sick. The Hatter gave a wide smile. Yes, I'm a Hatter. Doesn't explain anything. Okay. I closed my eyes and rubbed the bridge of my nose. Too distracted by the surprise, the feeling of my fingers almost felt like wet ground meat, even though I was sure that my digits were still attached to my palms. The image lingered uncomfortably behind my eyelids, not with disgust, but with another inexplicable emotion. A negative one for sure. I looked at the torso again, and it seemed so still. I saw exposed bone and a shattered trachea. The cut must have not been wholly clean. Made with a blade sharpened, not quite enough, yet also dulled, not quite enough. Yes, this was the Red Queen. I knew not why I knew, but a voice in the back of my head told me that this was the Red Queen. Yes, as we've established, this is definitely the Red Queen. In case, hey guys, in case you had any doubts, the chopped up torso, that's the Red Queen. She ate her own strawberry. My favorite flavor of chicharron. Strawberry flavor. The flavors are melting in my mouth. Well, it's the Red Queen, but it's a part of the Red Queen, more precisely. I'm afraid Her Majesty can't speak right now. The Hatter stirred her tea and popped a bite-sized sandwich into her mouth, munching happily. She sneered. Ah, don't look like that, Alice. The Hatter didn't dismember Her Majesty. Yes, Hatter is innocent. Since only the Hatter spoke up in defense of herself, I wasn't particularly inclined to believe her. But whether or not she did kill the Red Queen, the end result sat before me. What should I do now? She's fucking dead. Am I stuck here? I murmured my uncertainty. Oh, I murmured that. You didn't hear any of that. I'm murmuring this. She smiled as if nothing was wrong. What do you mean? All you have to do is find all the other pieces. If you have anything you need Her Majesty for, all you need to do is put her back together. Have you forgotten, Alice? That sounded mad. So mad, I wanted to laugh. This is Wonderland, after all. We all go mad here. All I needed to do was find the pieces. That was right, Alice. That was all you needed to do. It would either be terribly simple or terribly hard. I hope that no one had fed the Red Queen to the pigs or minced her up for Patty. For a Patty. One of the routes is just McDonald's. Regardless, all I really needed was a head and a torso if I wanted to talk to her, to ask her about the secrets to returning home. May I take the body with me? The Hatter narrowed her eyes. Alice. Oh, wait. No, that's my internal dialogue. Sorry. Alice, you were a civilized girl. Did you really want to lug around a piece of meat like you were some meat seller? Selling to the cannibals? Torso! Come, get your torso! Torso! Torso for sale! Queen Burger. You've heard of Burger King. Now get ready for the sequel, Burger Queen. We serve real, fresh, organic Queen. 100% guaranteed royalty. I agree though, this music is pretty sick. The Hatter winked cheekily. No, no, no. That wouldn't be fair, don't you think? Once you find most of her parts, let's just say the limbs, I'll give you a special present and help you out again. She patted a box off to the side of the table. The box was just big enough for a cat or a cake, or maybe something like a hat. Burger Queen, 100% cannibalism. Of course, don't peek or try to find out what the present is. It wouldn't be a surprise like that, and I'll be very, very upset with you if you cheat. With that smile on her face, I couldn't see her upset. Only muddled sincerity came through her voice. The Hatter's mismatched eyes wandered, looking distracted as she did so. Now then, I've got to grab something off the stove before it burns. The Hatter got up from her seat and walked away. Gotta go before my Burger Queen melts. I mean, burns. And my house melts. Actually, it's a little bit more horrifying if it does just melt in the oven. Here I was alone with the Red Queen's flesh. It was missing all 4 limbs and a head, so to make her whole, I would need to find 5 parts. I hoped that my search would be easy. Our first decision. Seeing as the Hatter was nowhere in sight, I contemplated a decision regarding the curious box on the table. Yay! Okay, we made it to the first decision again. I mean, for the first time. Wink. Wink. Alright. I'm gonna be real, we already know what happens when we peek. We get turned into a Burger Queen. So we're gonna listen and just either wait here or go look for the limbs. Ah, back to normal music. I shook my head. No, no, no. That's a stupid idea. Only a dumbass would do that. Like I didn't do that the first time. Instead of antagonizing the Hatter needlessly, I decided to take another sip of tea. I would see what was inside the box eventually. It's not good to antagonize somebody who's just kind of hanging out with a torso. A bloody torso at that. Whew. She did walk back into frame. That was awesome. Ooh, scare me a little bit. The Hatter returned soon enough. Oh, hello there. Her puppets were absent. Oh. Rather, in her hand was a hammer, glowing bright with heat. She chucked it to the side with a thump and let the metal. Ooh, the meat. Ooh, it's hammer made of meat. She let the metal sizzle. Ooh, she let the meat and the metal sizzle on the ground. It smelled like beef. What was the hammer for? She grinned. Does a hammer need a reason to be? The meat handle. The handle's made of meat. You know what? Hey, have you guys ever seen that guy that makes knives out of like some wild stuff sometimes? Meat knife. Yes, that guy, yes. Just make a knife out of meat. It's actually sharp and can cut things. Yes, one of them was nails. He made it out of nails. Yeah, that was interesting. Yes, interesting. We petitioned this guy and we're like, hey, Can you make one out of meat? Like, you can't use bone, it has to be meat. Like, the actual meat. Alright, well, she did not club our head in with the hammer, so... Yippee! Yay! Anyways, go ahead and try to find some of the Red Queen's body. An arm, a head, or maybe two. Just bring them back here for me to attach to this. She pointed to the torso. It'll still be tea time when you come back. Let's just count you as an extra guest for the next tomorrow as well. To be exact with time, now was not tea time. I suppose there's not much else to do here. The Hatter expression dampened a bit as I responded, and looked at my empty cup of Earl Grey and lifted myself up from the armchair. For what it was worth, I quite enjoyed this odd hour tea, despite the bloodiness. What the fuck? Sorry. You heard that car? Oh, sorry. When you get shanked in the ribs with a ribeye. If you leave it in, you have more rib than when you started. That was stupid. I lost it halfway there and I was like, nope, let's keep going. Anyways, shaking my legs just to make sure they hadn't fallen asleep, I started to leave. Until later. Auf Wiedersehen. I hope I said that right. I was not prepared for the random German. I'm so sorry. She leaned back into her chair and made a lazy wave my way. Somehow she looked lonely. Somehow. I returned to another forced path. Walking forward and forward. After moving for a while, I realized that I had no idea where I was going. In simpler words, I was lost. I walked around in a few circles before looking upward. A cat? Like a Cheshire cat? It was close enough to be recognizable. Above I saw a cat. Meow. Hello. Ah, this again. A cat who resembled a girl, or a girl who resembled a cat, leisurely stood on the tall branch of a tree. She had sharp green-yellow eyes, pale skin, a cat-like smile. Her brown hair was tied into a ponytail with an orange ribbon, her 2 cat ears on top of her head looking quite fluffy. She wore an orange cape with 3 black stripes and a fluffy white collar, with a tattered short black dress underneath. Adorned around her neck was a collar with a bell. Her one visible arm had a shackle around the wrist for her clawed hands. There appeared to be something like stitches at the point where her arm and shoulder connected. Unlike the white rabbit, this cat, the Cheshire cat, I couldn't help but wonder if she was actually neither a cat nor a girl and was just pretending to be either. I met her cat eyes, nodding in silent greeting. Oh, she has a scar too on that arm. Her grin stretched across her face. Ooh, across her face. Oh. My accent. What's happening? Blah, blah. Reset that, okay? Okay, from the top. Her grin stretched across her face as she stared right back. Sharp teeth filled her mouth and claws adorned her hands. This was probably a cat. Cheshire. Ugh. Huh. That was a fun effect. The flame that was her tail flickered. Oh. That's cool. And she hopped down to meet me closer. I don't suppose you'd tell me which way I should go. Her eyes narrowed in amusement. I posed the silly question that I expected no answer for. After all, I was asking a cat for directions. It depends on where you want to go. To my surprise, I received a response. To find the Red Queen. Ah, the crazy one. Are you sure you'd prefer not to go with the nice one? The one I'm searching for is the Red Queen. All right, the Mad Queen. Then again, we're all mad around here. That is, except for Her Majesty the White Queen. She's too sad to be mad. Ah, yes. Because as we all know, you can't be sad and mad at the same time. Yes, because that is simply impossible. That is simply impossible. Bombastic side eye. Anyways, if you're looking for the Red Queen, up, up, down, down, left, right might help. I hope I don't have to remember that. Otherwise, we may be screwed. Criminal offensive side eye. We know I make this sound effect on my mouth because I don't have the soundboard. The first half of the Konami code? Right. Oh my god. The cat jeered. Jeered at me because I can't remember fucking 6 directions. Self-awareness, Alice. Self-awareness. Oh. And then the cat vanished into thin air. Oh, never mind. And she reappeared. Just go to the White Queen instead. Maybe you'll find something on the way. Dope, and okay, and we're back. She started to fade away again before popping back. I forgot to ask, how's the Hatter doing? She seems to be fine. It's still tea time over there. It's always tea time with that one. A third time she disappeared, leaving a grin lingering in the air before that too vanished. This was a grin without a cat, instead of a cat without a grin. The third time was the charm. The cat did not return. Or that's just what she wants you to think. Can't say I've seen a cat quite like that before. Then again, Cheshire wasn't really a cat. Ooh, another choice! Okay, let me save this one then. Let's just overrate this one. Actually, we got slots to spare. We got slots to spare. Ooh, walking a few tree lengths more, I mulled over the odd advice she gave. Do we go the first half of the Konami code, or do we just go back to sad baby girl who is sad? You know what? If we get murdered in the woods, we get murdered in the woods. Let's try the up, up, down, down, left, right. Let's just see what happens. I tried to remember what the Cheshire Cat had said, speaking the pattern of directions aloud to a beat. Up, up, down, down, left, right. A and B and L, R, L, R, stop and dash and... You know that song. Shout out. felt as if I had missed a few items, but that was all the cat had given. I backtracked to the position where I met the cat and followed the recommended directions. Soon enough, I found myself at a crossroad. I saw no limbs nor a head in sight. Left was labeled right, right was labeled left. With wrongly written signboards, I chose at random on where to go next. Every few meters, I found a new signboard with its own quaintly marked arrow. Whether or not they led to the right place was another issue. I slowed my pace to read the signs and follow them along. Today is a rainy day. I didn't know which genius thought to put the forecast onto a wooden sign on the side of the road, but I followed the direction to go right regardless. The sky had not a drop of rain in sight. Warning, cliff ahead. As it happened, neither was there a cliff ahead. Watch out for dragons. I looked for the dragons, but the dragons did not arrive. Me. I looked for the dragons, but the dragons did not arrive. Put that as my banner. Shameful. Is that just what? Is that one of the signs? What? At some point, the text on the signs turned insult. What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Dragonless. Fuck. It's gonna be on one of these signs next, dude. Holy shit. Shameful. What's that fucking movie? Is it Natalie Portman where like she's looking at the mirror and it says like horror or something like that, right? With like it's like written in lipstick. It says like horror. There's just a sign. It's written with lipstick. It just says horror. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh my god, who's making these signs, dude? What the hell? That's fucked up, man. Fool. You don't even know who you are. Oh my god, these are getting, like, really personal. The Black Swan movie, yes! Yes, that one. When she goes to the bathroom in the mirror, has the lipstick writing on it. Yeah, this is just like that. I don't like that mean path. Stop following these signs. No! How many of these will you read? Yes. I walked and walked and walked. At the end of the final sign in the chain, I reached a clearing in the forest where I spotted the white rabbit talking with a limb. Oh. Oh, you know, just talking with a limb, as one does. You ever just talk to a limb? Have a conversation with a knee? Chit-chat with an elbow? Hanging out with a shoulder? She appeared a little frightened, or perhaps more concerned. Probably because it's a disembodied limb. Your Majesty's left arm, please! I blinked, then I blinked again. Rubbing my eyes, I saw the same image. Oh, that sure is an arm. The white rabbit seemed just about to prostrate herself to a living, moving arm. The arm, despite being an arm, had taken the higher position. Somehow, the arm is taller than the rabbit right now. How? We don't know. The ground here is dirty. You needn't crawl here. Interesting. Shall I take you back to the palace? Or would you prefer to go to the garden or the courtroom? In fact, do you happen to know where Her Majesty is? I don't think it can talk, girl. I think it's an arm. Oh my god! The arm smacked the white rabbit. She frowned, brows furrowed. Although I silently observed, the arm noticed me and began to crawl over, one handful of grass at a time. It moved like a snake. Incredible. What? Oh, what a mental image. Like a worm, like a piece of flesh and bone that shouldn't have been able to move. Its writhing struggle sent a shiver up my spine. Incredible. I love just the dichotomy with this music. The mental image of an arm slithering at you like a worm is not disturbing at all. The white rabbit looked scared. Yeah, girl, I don't blame you for being scared. I didn't know if I should pick it up or kick it away. I did neither, and it reached my feet. The arm proceeded to climb up my leg, up my cloak, clinging like some sort of dirty parasite. Ooh. Making its slow way up until I pushed past my building disgust to hold it in my hand instead. The flesh felt cold in my palm. I sensed no heartbeat at the wrist. No, really. No, there's no heart. There's no heart to beat. Thanks, I hate it.
Alice, Her Majesty's arm seems to have taken a liking to you. If you find Her Majesty, please return the lamb to her and tell her that her rabbit did her best. I pray she hasn't met any trouble. A limb coming off is an everyday occurrence.
She made quite the understatement. Yes, of course. How did you know it was the Red Queen's arm? The rabbit took on a happy, excited expression.
I would recognize Her Majesty's limits anywhere.
Okay, do you admire her very much?
Yes, of course, I respect Her Majesty very much. She united Wonderland into this kingdom and kept peace with a watchful gaze on the criminal populace. She is a decisive ruler and holds an agreeable worldview. This would be her divine right to rule Wonderland.
I've heard a cat call her mad. A dangerous expression flashed through the white rabbit's eyes for barely a second. Her smile quickly became a frown.
The Cheshire Cat is a known problem.
Ooh. Let's try that again.
The Cheshire Cat is a known problem element here.
Her expression became increasingly stressed.
If Her Majesty's mad, then such madness is an essence brilliance. Although I may not always be fated to be favored courtier, to be an aid to her is my greatest honor. I cannot be a white rabbit without Her Majesty.
Her smile returned.
Yes, that should be how I view Her Majesty.
He gave the rabbit's impromptu speech a short round of applause, balancing the detached arm in the crook of my elbow. Like a bag? Awesome. The rabbit became flustered. She must also like you very much. I hope. All rulers had their dissidents and supporters. A certain man once said that a ruler was better feared than loved if she could not be both. Despite all that the White Rabbit said, I knew little more about the Red Queen. The Red Queen is the ruler of all this land? What's your job, White Rabbit?
Yes, she is the highest ruler of Wonderland. I deal with a little bit of everything: administrative matters, legal matters, and the personal matters of important people.
Since we've met a few times, I could say that I'm important, couldn't I?
That's right, Alice.
Huh? To my tepid jest, I received a response that made me pause. The White Rabbit took out a watch and jumped in surprise upon looking at the time, quickly returning the watch to her pocket.
Is it this time already? I'm afraid I must be off again, if that will be all. Thank you, Alice.
Hurriedly bowing a few times, she dashed back off to work. Having obtained one limb, I searched around for the other. Before I knew it, the day passed. I looked toward the sky where the sun had begun to set. Letting out a yawn, I realized I needed a place to sleep for the night. I thought back to the parties who had helped me on my adventure to gather the Red Queen's dismembered parts. Surely I could find one of them. The only option, Hatter. We probably would have had more. We probably would have had the White Queen option if we had taken the other path. But that's okay. We'll continue down this one. Disturbing and surreal. Indeed. It's very, yeah, I like this game. It's like a little unassuming because it's like, oh, an initial pass at it, you're like, anime take on, or anime style art and visual novel take on Alice in Wonderland. But this is fun. And it is very disturbing at times. Let's go back to the Hatter. I headed back to the Hatter's place. The moonlight filtered through the teas, the teas? The teas and the trees, and lit the table. The tea and cakes were all put away. And this music is lovely. I like the blue lighting. This is much more lovely than the afternoon meeting. Oh, this is wonderful. As before, I found her at a table full of tea stuffs. She nursed a cup of tea and waved at me upon spotting me. Just in time for tea, Alice. From the sky, tea time should have already passed. Perhaps this was more like supper time, so I only flashed her a smile without saying anything. I've returned with a limb. Congratulations! She grinned. Yeah, delightful tune. You'd never assume we're carrying a sentient, disembodied arm. It's so unassuming. I handed her the Red Queen's limb, which began to move upon entering the Hatter's hand. Holding it away from herself, the Hatter seemed to think of what to do with it next. She kicked the dog cage from under a chair. Clicking the metal hatch open, she tossed the limb into it and quickly flicked the cage shut again. The Hatter sneered. Sit down. I'd be a poor host if I didn't let you sit. I plopped down into the armchair. This was my chair now. This is my chair now. No one can have it. What the fuck? Dude, what's more fucked up? The sentient disembodied arm that moves like a snake, or putting that sentient disembodied arm into a fucking dog kennel. Pick your flavor of fucked up. Oh my god. I glanced around and found I didn't see the two puppets that the Hatter wore on her hands earlier in the day. Where are your friends? I gestured with my hands. They've gone home for a bit. March lives all the way over there in a house with ears. As for whose ears they are, I haven't a clue. Are you hungry for rodent, Alice? No. If you say so, Alice. She poured me a cup of tea and slid the tea cup and saucer over to me, nearly spilling it over my lap. Soon after came another plate. On the plate was steak and vegetables. For a brief moment, the Hatter appeared lonely. I should hope this isn't rodent, is it? She winked with a grin. It's something else. The Hatter didn't continue but glanced over at the Red Queen's flesh. I was gonna say, I'm like, is this fucking human meat? God damn it. God damn it, is this Burger Queen? that fucking clip of from the fucking Simpsons, the Aurora Borealis in your kitchen, that fucking thing, but it's Alice and the Hatter. Mm. I thought you said we were having steamed clams. No, I said steamed hams. That's what we call hamburgers where I'm from in the native dialect. What dialect? What region's that from? Albany. I'm just gonna post like a meme, and it's just gonna be Alice's face over Skinner's. No, it's gonna be over Chalmers and Hatters over Skinner's. My eyes follow the path of her gaze, not spotting any steak-sized slabs of meat sliced off from the torso of the queen. I let out a sigh. Her eyes were narrowed. Taking a knife and fork, I cut the steak and moved a piece into my mouth. It tasted like beef. Compliments to the chef. Even if it is human meat. She smiled. Why, thank you. We ate together. For a Hatter, her table manners with the fork and knives were impeccable, but each time I thought to compliment them, she went and said something odd again. The Hatter was a mystery to unravel. I don't have a place to stay for the night, so I wanted to ask if you would put... Oh, that's me. Sorry. I was like, why is the Hatter asking to room with me? I just got here. I don't have a place to stay for the night, so I wanted to ask if you would put up with me for the night. I put up with you all the time. What difference does night make? Damn, okay. Well, where I come from, people sleep at night. Sleep? You can sleep underneath the table, or spread a blanket on the ground, or just sleep on that armchair you're sitting in now. Isn't sleep just when you pretend to be dead like everyone else? This feels like something I definitely said before at like fucking 13 or some shit. Is this why you don't sleep? The Hatter had terrible bags under her eyes. Me too. Me too, hey. Shaking her hand. Team Dark Eye Bags unite. Where I come from, people sleep at night. Where's that? Albany. Had her terrible bags under her eyes, as I doubted she slept too much. She could only have been sleeping too little. She frowned upset. Look at the time. Is it really time to sleep? Napping at tea time will destroy your inner clock, don't you know? Morning, afternoon, evening. Since it's all tea time, it's better not to sleep. I thought you didn't care about time. The Hatter sneered. Time doesn't care about me. Okay. Damn. Alright. Are you perhaps afraid of sleeping? She gave me a somber smile. What do you think, Alice? She poured herself a drink from a bottle into her teacup. Girl, you drinking wine? I turned to look at the bottle, which was in no way tea. In no way tea. I couldn't read the jumbled words scrawled across its label, so I couldn't help but ask. Is that actually alcohol? Tea? Isn't it alcohol? Tea! She drank her tea, and I did mine. The conversation turned to silence. I shouldn't have pushed and upset my dear host. I wanted to pet her head and apologize. Okay. Okay. Weird thing to say, but alright. For she could drink or sleep as she wanted. As I reached out, the Hatter recoiled. There was a frown on her face. You can't pet her head, she has hat. That's her whole thing. You can't pet her head because she got hat. Hat is helmet against pets. She pushed her chair back from the table, taking the chance to move away. Then she dipped underneath the tablecloth, rummaging through her stuff with a rustling noise. When she popped back out, she held a blanket, which she tossed my way. Her expression turned even more distraught, her frown wobbly. Did you want to Pretend to be dead right now. Go, go, play dead. Catching it in my arms, I smelled a sweet scent from the soft blanket. The sky was dark. I started to feel sleepy, hugging the blanket a little tighter. I'd experienced a long day after all, so perhaps it was time to go to bed. Good night, Hatter. I wonder if she was mad, if she would respond, but she did. Good night, Alice. Oh, that's pretty. I leaned back comfortably in the armchair and began to sink. Sinking, sinking, sinking. Contrary to my earliest expectations, I didn't keep sinking forever. The moment I looked up at the sky, I couldn't fall asleep anymore. I found I couldn't fall asleep anymore. I didn't recognize the stars, the constellations that adorn the dark heavens. Tracing their infinite sparkles, I wonder who they stood for. I wanted to understand what was hidden past those mismatched eyes of the Hatter. While counting the stars, I eventually fell asleep. I dreamed of falling. The next day and the day after, I continued my search for the Red Queen's parts. Once again, I was walking down the forest path. Remembering that the Cheshire Cat mentioned the White Queen, I decided to give the Queen a second visit. I thought I could easily replicate this route to her garden, having only recently been there. However, the more I walked, the more apparent it became that I was lost. I passed the tree to the right a handful of times already. I was going in circles, getting nowhere. To that beautiful garden and its equally pretty owner. Hey there. I let out a sigh and chose a bush at random to walk through instead of following a path. My cloak saved me from being scratched by the leaves and branches of the bushes. I came out on the other side to a particularly tall tree in a large bird cage. Oh! Girlie, what you doing in there? Hey! I spotted the White Queen inside the bird cage. Behind her was a limb. A leg! Oh. A leg this time. Are we gonna get to see this thing move like a worm? Oh boy! She sat with a distressed expression as she looked up at my looming figure. Hello?
We meet again, Alice. I hadn't expected that I would be trapped here again. I'm a little embarrassed that you're seeing me like this.
I contemplated just asking for the leg and leaving. Damn. How... Okay. So she's just a pretty face, huh? So you don't actually care about her? What the hell, Alice? No, that would be a terribly foul thing to do. Especially to a pretty person like her. Oh my god. Shaking my head at Alice right now. Although in a way, it almost seemed like a good idea to leave a pretty bird locked up in a cage all for oneself. Imagine the eyebrow raised emoji with, like, the lesbian flag superimposed on it. Toxic Yuri? Hello? Hello? Toxic Yuri? In my visual novel? More likely than you think. After all, how would you catch her if you let her go free? Is that the Red Queen's right leg?
So it would appear. To find the Red Queen, you may have to find her parts as well. Even so, she should be able to help you find your way back home. I'm sorry, Alice.
Don't apologize.
The key to my prison is atop the towering tree. Would you help me open this cage, Alice?
Yeah, of course. I totally did not contemplate leaving you in here for a second. Not at all. Agreeing to the request, I walked over to the tall tree that the White Queen gestured towards. How tall it was, I couldn't say. It's tall. That's all you need to know. If I angled my head and squinted, I could see the glimmering of a silver key at a high branch above. I circled the tree, the front and the back, the sides, and left and right. They all looked equally hard to climb. As I pondered how to scale the tree, a little bird approached. It was fat and pink, with beady eyes and a tiny black beak.
Chip chip.
With all the talking animals and not quite animals in Wonderland, I had an inkling that this one might speak as well. Perhaps it spoke French, like a French bird. Bonjour. Bonjour. Oh my gosh, does it actually speak French? That's fucking awesome. Bonjour. Unfortunately, I knew little French. My practice had grown rusty, so much that the tutors would be ashamed. Me too, Alice. But I tried to pull out at least one more phrase. Où est ma chatte? Où est ma chatte? Chirp! I must have said the wrong words as the poor bird began to tremble. Parlez-vous anglais? Yes, yes, chirp, chirp. Cats! No cats, please! Oh. Oh, chat. Yes. What are you doing? What are you doing, chirp, chirp? I'm trying to get the key up there. What are you doing, little bird? Chirp. Just having lots of fun every day. Not doing anything in particular. Not doing anything in particular. Now that the Red Queen, Her Majesty is missing, Wonderland is so much more wonderful. We can play and frolic as we want. Chirp chirp. She kinda fucking sucked. Auntie Bird got in trouble for breaking Her Majesty's laws, and now there's no more Auntie Bird. Chirp chirp. I was so sad. So sad. Her Majesty was so scary. So scary. You won't tell me, right? Chirp. Chirp chirp. You look like a nice person. Chirp. Much nicer than her. Much nicer than her. Oh, I see. I'll help you with the key. Chirp. And hopefully be out of your hair. Because I regret committing to the voice. Puffing out its little chest, the bird flapped its wings and took off upward into the sky. It flew and flew and flew, but soon enough became tired. Not reaching the key on the tree, the bird faltered and fluttered back down. It dipped its head in disappointment. Sorry, I couldn't do it. Chirp. Oh my god! Do you want to pet the bird or do you want to kill the bird? What the fuck? Whoa! 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 Okay. Whoa! That escalated fast. I failed. I'm sorry I didn't get the key for you. You fucking kill it. I will not accept failure. My god. Do it. My god, it's terrible. Oh shit, I can't save? Wait, yes I can. Thank goodness. I don't think we killed the bird. Hey guys, I don't think we killed the bird here. That's so crazy! Hey bird, can you go get that key for me? Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, I didn't get it. You just fucking pull a gun out like, you're of no use to me. My god. No, we're gonna pet the bird. As funny as I think kill the bird would be, we're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice. We're gonna pet the bird. Don't worry about it. I totally wasn't thinking about killing you just now. I rubbed the little bird's head, causing it to peek up at me with its large round eyes glittering with surprise. After the failed first attempt with the key, I returned to the White Queen's side. She looked fitting in the cage. Pretty, like a flower preserved forever in glass. Again, I thought that she was beautiful. Again, I cannot state this enough. She is pretty. We get it, Alice. Thank you. Really, she was beautiful. Oh my god. In case you didn't get it. I think this girl is gay. That's true, Alice. I hope that is correct. Is that a mess? Is that a typo? That's true, Alice. Even so, I couldn't let her stay trapped, not to mention the Red Queen's Lane. I wasn't able to find a way up. Do you have any ideas for what I should do, White Queen?
Over there's some mushrooms. If you eat the ones to the left, you will grow. If you eat the ones to the right, you will shrink. I think they will be helpful.
Magic mushrooms? Really? Pretty. Pretty person. Yo, we're about to take some fucking magic mushrooms, y'all. I was hesitant to eat mushrooms picked from unknown wilderness, but I felt that I could trust the White Queen. Why, I didn't know. Maybe it was because she was pretty.
Welcome to the family, son.
Oh, yo! Nix, thank you! Holy crap! Thank you for the 40-month streak, holy shit! May have in fact spent the last hour and a half giving good portion of my figurines in my room bath to clean the layers of lint on them. Oh my god. Good on you. This shit is so... Oh man. It is so hard to like... the only downside of collecting figurines sometimes, and little knickknacks and things from franchises you like, is they collect dust. And it is so hard sometimes to get yourself to clean them daily like you're supposed to. I know you're supposed to, but man, it is so fucking hard. So sometimes you just gotta wait until they get really a little grimy, and then you give them all one big bath. Group bath time moment. Nowhere near done, but I got a bit done. Hell yeah, you still got some done though. That's progress! There's no way I can do all I have daily. I have so much. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what, you've shown me some of yours. Yeah, I think that's too much. Literally impossible. This is the real reason why they hire people to clean places. Because it's truly, sometimes it is, you cannot do it in one day. I want to get figurines so bad, but I don't have anywhere safe to keep them. Yeah, that's the downside of figurine collecting, is you definitely need to have somewhere safe to have them stored. Yeah. Can I get some sad faces in chat for expensive hobbies? Some L's for expensive hobbies. R.I.P. R.I.P. to all of us and everyone else with hobbies that cost a lot of money. Considering putting in wall shelves above behind my PC. Ooh. If you can do it, I say do it. Wall shelves are nice. They're very handy to have. I think they look nice too. I like displaying my things. My items. I love to display. I love to display an item. My top priority is getting Latios Shrine. Yes! You got it done! Yes! Let's fucking go! They get the priority treatment. They deserve it. I say as if I have any home reno experience. I've watched, like, a few episodes of home renovation shows, so I totally have knowledge of that. Yes. Very nice. Yeah. I want... I'm aging Digital Circus figurine so bad. I really want... they have some really cute ones, but what I really want is the Pomni, like, little blind box, like, keychain charms. Like, I want that one so bad. I just want to see what I'll get, because I love them all. I heard someone call them the Pomni La Boo Boos. That are my Pikachu line figures. Oh, yes. They also get the priority treatment. It's required. It's required for Pikachu. Also has a set of amazing Digital Circus figures on display. Ugh. Based. Wow, based. Ooh. Me, I hate being too poor to have hobbies where I collect stuff. One of them. Yes, one of them is Cameraman Bubble. They're so cute. Kane, help me. Help me, Kane. Kane, help me. Help me, Kane. This is so heavy. I fucking love Bubble. Most of the time. Glances at episode 8. Bombastic side eye. Anyways. Most of the time, I like Bubble. Most of the time. Oh. You know what? Isn't there a visual novel for Amazing Digital Circus? Didn't someone make a fan work of a visual novel? Guys, I know what we're playing next. Guys, I know what we're streaming next. Hey, you guys wanna... Hey, do you guys wanna join me for that? Do you guys wanna help me voice the characters for that? Twitch not sending messages. Hope Bubble turns canon to the comedy stream. It's really good. Because he's so wacky. But somehow, Bubble's wackier. No thanks, I'm trying to quit. Just ripped me in my head. It's really good. There is, yes, and the BAs played it. Yes, I did see that they played it. I didn't watch the playthrough though, because honestly, I was like, oh, I might play this one day. I'm gonna avoid spoilers. So I don't know anything about it. Absolutely do that. Yes! Guys, we should totally do it. We'll make a date of it. We have a group chat. We'll discuss it. We'll talk about it. I would love to do that. Oh my god. That would be so fun. Oh. Alright. Let's jump back into this VN. I don't think it's too long. I'm probably only gonna get one ending on stream today, honestly. I don't think I have quite the energy to go back and check out all the endings for stuff. Maybe another time. But I have work tomorrow, honestly, so I don't think I have it in me. I have to do something important next Saturday. Won't be able to stay up too late. It's okay. We can look at dates. And if we can't do it next week, we can do it another day that works better. last class semester 13, so it's sent to be free after that or whatever. Ooh. Hell yes. Yeah. Weird bird lady or something. Yeah. This, for some reason, she's in a birdcage. And we're kind of into it. That's what's happening now. That's what's happening now on Channel 6 News. Yes, also sewing on the Amazing Digital Circus fan. Hell yes. We're absolutely, yes. We will absolutely discuss this. This is gonna happen. Absolutely. Just me trying to make conversation with beautiful women. Well, this is Wonderland, isn't it? So, we're here in Wonderland. Isn't that kind of crazy? Yeah. Man, Channel 6 News is real fucking weird these days. I had forgotten something important. The feeling of forgetting tingled in the back of my mind whenever I saw the White Queen. But... oh. These don't look poisonous at all. Literally all the time I feel that. Yeah. Me when any attractive person is like in my vicinity, I'm like, yeah, hey. Relate to Ginger in that way. Ginger. Finding the mushroom, she pointed out. I faced a choice. Do I choose the one that looks definitely poisonous, or the one that doesn't look... well, no, they both look kind of poisonous. There was a little yellow one with black spots on a stem, and a large purple one with white spots on a stem. Gee, I wonder what would help us get the key. Can I save? I'll save anyways. For the sake of posterity. This is a weird backwards answer. Who knows what the fuck these will do? What? They just tell you, do you want to grow or do you want to shrink? Not that you have to guess which mushroom does what. They can tell you what it does. Do you want to grow or do you want to shrink? Why are you giving me the choice? What could... let's... what could possibly happen if we choose shrink, though? What could possibly happen? I mean... do we just get stuck? Become small, we climb. Do we just get stuck here? We just get, like, Ant-Man Adams zone? We go to, like, another Wonderland inside of Wonderland. A Wonderland Inception. That's crazy. It's just like that episode of Adventure Time. When Finn's in the tree. And they're trying to get the frisbee. Landception. Alright, let's just grow. Let's get that freaking key. I ate a left mushroom. I ate a left mushroom on my pizza with left beef and immediately began to grow. My line of sight rose higher and higher, as if it were a bean sprout. Even though they don't grow that tall, but it's okay. Me too, man. Me when puberty hits. It's mostly a joke. I stopped growing very quickly, actually. I actually can't relate. None pizza, left mushroom. Left mushroom with pizza. My favorite flavors. Yes. Although ironically I am allergic to mushrooms, so I don't get it on pizza. Once I stopped growing, I could reach the top of the towering tree if I reached out my arm. Fantastically, my clothes grew with me. Thank goodness. That would have been awkward. I grew quickly today. Traction during massage. I cautiously pinched the silver key and removed it from the tree, holding it lightly so as to not break it with my now giant hands. The key I now had, but the cage I could not open. Oh, I was much too big.
The magic will wear off. In the meantime, would you accompany me to chat, Alice?
That may be for the best. I would have to wait till I reverted back to my original size to open the door. Is the invitation for tea sometimes still open?
Yes, always.
Then, shall I ask about what sorts of foods and tea you like to drink, to see what I might expect? What's your favorite tea?
White tea.
Wow, I should have guessed.
Do you prefer black tea still?
How'd you know? We chatted for a while about tea. Wow. Riveting conversation. And at some point the conversation turned to flowers. Perhaps it was that she felt ambivalently on floral teas.
You're welcome to visit the garden anytime.
I couldn't find the way to the garden today. Perhaps getting lost had been for the better, as I found her in the end.
Yes, that's what happens when I'm not there. But Wonderland should lead you my way if you think of me. At least for you, Alice. I have nowhere to be but the garden.
She paused, looking at something in the distance that I could not see.
Would you believe me if I told you I can see into the future?
I looked her in the eyes and ascertained a calm surety. I didn't feel that she would lie, yet I couldn't quite believe her words either. I wondered what I had forgotten, what I was doubting. Rather than answer, I decided to play along. Can you change the future you see?
Why do you ask?
Otherwise, isn't it lonesome?
I don't believe that the future is predestined, but the solitude of such a power would also be the fate of a queen in this world.
Her words sounded contradictory. Even for the Red Queen?
Especially for the Red Queen.
The White Queen spoke of fate as if still trapped by something more than just this birdcage. I couldn't understand. We talked a little longer. I felt tingling up my arm and began to revert to my usual size. The world warped and finally popped back into its proper place. I twirled around to check that all was well. Identifying no issues, I picked up the key that I had dropped to the ground at some point and inserted it into the lock of the White Queen's birdcage. With a smooth click, the cage unlocked. I opened the door. Girl, how the hell did you get in there? The White Queen stumbled out of the birdcage. Her legs still wobbly from sitting in the cage for so long, she let me hold her steady till she rebalanced herself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope to return you to the garden now, but my invitation is always open. Alice, I'll see you later if you're willing.
Oh, yeah, right, the leg. Right, the thing we came for, the leg. She handed me the Red Queen's leg. It was dressed in a black tight, the shoe red and tied to the ankle with ribbon. Freed from the birdcage, the White Queen departed to return to her garden. Alright, now we're just walking around with a leg. A leg. After wandering around some more, I returned to the Hatter's place with the second limb in hand. The day came to an end, but the Hatter's clock remained at tea time. The puppets are back. The puppets are back! She was arguing with her own hand puppets about some sort of song, some rendition of Twinkle Twinkle. The hair on her hand was flung back and forth. I waited it out, seeing as she started laughing by herself halfway through. Apparently, she couldn't sing. Her expression was a bit lonely. Once her shoulders stopped shaking, the Hatter turned to me. She gave an awkward smile. Alice, you voyeur! I see you've brought the second one. That one is one, and this one is two. Good work. The Hatter clapped her wrists half a dozen times.
Alice, won't you join us for tea again today? Hatter made scones.
It was butter.
Zzz.
Thank you for the invitation, Dormouse. Another lonely but happy expression briefly flashed on the Hatter's face. Upon my response to the Dormouse, she immediately brightened up. If it would make the Hatter happy, I didn't see why not just play along. Leg! Setting aside her puppet friend, she extended an open palm towards me. I proceeded to commit the lèse-majesté by tossing the limb over the Hatter's tea table to her. Leg. Leg so hot. Hot, hot leg. Leg so hot you fry an egg. Let's fucking go. I'm back in 2014, baby. Hot leg. I took a seat in my armchair, seeing her clumsily catch it in her arms. At my seat, there was already a cup of tea prepared. With her free hand, the Hatter opened up the dog cage and retrieved the other limb. Do you need any help with that? She winked. I have everything under control. Without another pause, the Hatter stuck the limbs onto the Red Queen's torso. The flesh sounded with a squelch as the muscle, skin, and bones began to knit into place. Still a red line remained where the limbs connected. I took a bite of scone. As the Hatter said, it had butter. The Queen's incomplete body twitched, something squirming under the skin. Lovely. I spread some clotted cream and jam onto the scone. The perfect blend of sweetness made me wonder where she got the jam. It was very red. Not strange at all. Ow! The Hatter became disgruntled, frowning. The single arm grabbed at the Hatter, smacking as it squirmed. The Hatter kicked the incomplete Red Queen, rendering the limbed hunk of meat paralyzed with shock. The Hatter forced its limbs off. A bit of blood and something else dripped onto the ground. Gripping the writhing limbs in her hands, the Hatter popped open the dog cage door with her feet and chucked them in. With a thud into the cage, the arm and leg went. Good scones! That's all you have to say about it, huh, Alice? Good scones. Thank you. You mentioned you also had some business with the Red Queen, Hatter, but what is it? The Red Queen must have learned the legendary Ethan Winters on just slapping your severed limbs back onto your body. All you need, just gotta smack them on, pour a little juice, that's all you need. Good. You know what, he just puts his hand back on. He looks away, and then the camera pans back, and it's just reattached with the fucking fabric too, and he just goes, good. That fucking scene in 8 kills me. Oh my god. I'm like, this game is not real. Oh my god. Digs bullet out of arm. Huh. Weird. Anyways. Something to do with red, something to do with flesh. I realized that I didn't quite know. She gave a wide smile. A personal matter, Alice. I'd prefer you don't pry. I was the one gathering the pieces, so of course I wanted to know. Then again, the Hatter could just as well put the corpse together herself. The better question was how she obtained that first chunk of meat, but I doubted she would answer. I was curious. After all, not every Hatter keeps the Red Queen's dismembered body at her table, much less treats it like you do. In the words of Markiplier, just pour some goop juice on that. I truly do not understand Resident Evil. I've been learning more about it, and I still don't understand it sometimes. it's, yeah, I mean, it's practically like fantasy, really. I think. I mean, you have, viruses that either turn you into zombies or turn you into zombie super mutant monster things. But then there's not just viruses, there's also mold. But that's slightly different, but it's also kind of similar, but it's a different thing. And then there's not just mold, there's also megamycete, which is like fungi. And that's also a different but also similar thing. But it's also related to the viruses because it helped with the research of the viruses or something. I think it's fun though. Describes it in the most confusing way possible, but I think it's great. I think it's fun. Every time I see a scene with a new RA game, it's like, wait, so are we doing magic now? I thought these were some specific virus things. It's always kind of been like that, where it's like action movie logic. Of sometimes it feels like gritty and realistic, and then other times it's like we suspend disbelief for the sake of this thing that looks really cool. Yeah, Ari lures a lot. The fucking guy who you have to carve in pieces with a chainsaw and he still moves baffles me. Yeah. There was... Is it 7, I think? With the scene with Jack Baker. Is it that one? Yeah. There's probably a couple chainsaw scenes, honestly, at this point. That's just the one I think of. Because 7's the one that got me into Resident Evil. Yes, he's the father in Biohazard. Yes, that is 7. Yeah, that's Jack. Yeah, that one was mold. But again, it's all related to the virus stuff. The basis of the stuff is similar things. You kill him 3 times in one fight. Yeah, we love Jack Baker in this house though. He's great. He absolutely does not fucking die. But that is also part of the point that they make in the game. I mean, the first time you quote unquote kill him, he does it to himself because, well, you crash into him with a car, or he crashes the car and you survive, but he doesn't. And then you climb the ladder out of that level, and as you're climbing, he grabs you and he's like, "A little girl gave us a gift, let me show you," or whatever. And then he takes your gun and he shoots himself. Because it's all to demonstrate that, the gift that they got is, essentially immortality, but it's a fucked up, messed up version of immortality, because, yeah, you can always heal, but your body is warped and fucked in ways that are very grotesque and nasty and shit. And that's, not even including, you're kind of technically under the control of the mold. It's not even you in control. Biohazard is when I officially gave up on even trying to understand anything about Resident Evil. That's so funny because 7 is the one that got me into Resident Evil. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about the previous games. I was so disinterested in them because I was like, ugh, zombies, whatever, I don't care. How interesting could a zombie game be? Because I didn't really like zombies. And then I watched Markiplier play through RE7, and I was like, holy shit, this is the best game ever. I love this. So I came in knowing nothing, and so I was like, mold? Okay, sure, yeah. The mold's evil. A simplified synopsis of Ari I could think of. People decided to play God, expedite human evolution. Through the use of old progenitor virus from Africa, research leads to all different strains we see in the games. Yes. I don't know how much of that changed, because I thought they also used the megamycelium from RE8, where they is it I don't know if it's a retcon, but like they basically established that like Spencer worked with Miranda. Sorry, spoilers for 8, I guess, but like also if you're not into the lore, this doesn't make any sense anyways. Don't get me wrong, 7's fucking fascinating, but actually understanding anything about it has been hilariously beyond me. Yeah, it's definitely like a thing where it's like, it's more enjoyable if you don't try to like make it make sense, especially inside of the lore. Resident Evil. Gee, I'm almost done with RE9. I was gonna finish tonight. Oh, please! You should finish it. Do it. It's so good. I'm locked in that lore trust. Let's go. Yeah, I think RE9 has kind of brought it back to where they were with like, you know, the original games a bit more. We've kind of come back down to earth. I'm gonna be honest, we're kind of, it's always been a little bit like funky and fun, and we're having, you know, we could be funny with it. We could like, it's dynamic, exaggerated. They jumped I think we could say they jumped the shark. Some people say it was the boulder punching moment. I think also 6 people were saying it felt like we jumped the shark a bit. And so totally, you know, changed the direction for 7. 8 was also kind of wild. But we've come back down, and we're getting a little bit more grounded again with RE9. So, I mean, funny enough, RE9 might help you understand a bit more again. We're coming back down to earth. Didn't even know it was RE9. Yes, it just released in February this year, actually. He did work with Miranda for a bit. You find a letter he sent to her that they parted ways. He wanted to focus on virus research affecting the entire world. She just wanted to revive her dead daughter. Okay. I wasn't sure if he mentioned he used the research that she had from the thing where she discovered the Megamycete and they both did research on it, and then they split up because he was like, oh, I did some cool virus shit with this, and she's like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. I'm trying to bring my daughter back. We don't talk about RE6. All I know about RE6 is that Matt Mercer voices Leon. That's all I know. Amazonian vampire lady felt out of place looking at it from the outside. Hot take incoming. I like the aesthetic of RE8. I'm not a big fan of it in some aspects, though. I really like Castle Dimitrescu. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I mean, the mansion of House Beneviento. Oh my gosh, like that was. I think that was I liked the idea, the concept behind it. You know, blending again the action and the horror, and you know, forcing you to really face the horror a bit more in the house. Those 2 sections were beautiful. I'm gonna be honest. Morales is kind of the weakest. No, it's straight up. It's the weakest, I think, of all four of those of the lords. I feel bad, but man, I I wish they had just done more with him. I get it. Like, he's kind of the butt of the jokes. Like, he's the butt of everything, but it was disappointing. I felt very underwhelmed. It was just like, okay, go in, avoid fish monster, then fight and kill. And Heisenberg's was pretty good. I think the vibe was, I don't know how much it fit with the rest of the game. I like the ideas, again, behind it, but yeah, some of it sometimes didn't feel cohesive. Spencer himself didn't use the Megamycete, but there's lore of the connections being behind a lot of the stuff that's involved both. Oh, okay. Okay. I see. I've seen, yeah, the connections. Okay. I've seen all of 15 minutes of RE8. It seemed more like a Dark Souls environment than RE. Yeah. I mean, you know, they did kind of base it off of, like, European village. Because, they wanted to have a setting vibe, I guess. I think it was, they wanted to do a setting or have, it inspired by RE4. So, and then we got the RE4 remake after. Because RE4 was set in, is it Spain? Is it a Spanish village? I haven't fully watched RE4 playthrough, honestly. If I'm being real. Alright, hold on, we got distracted. Let's see, I'm gonna try to, let's get to a place where we can pause at this, because I'm having fun chatting, so we're gonna probably wind down, and so we can just chat before I... Bingo happened in Spain. That's correct. Yes. Where's everyone gone? Bingo. Oh yes. Curious because not everybody has a dismembered body at their table. The White Rapid's searching for the Red Queen right now, you see. And the Red Queen's right here. At least part of her is. Is. No one likes the White Rabbit. Why didn't you tell her, Alice? Because that's rude as fuck. Well, I didn't feel like it. White Rabbit was boring. I had the feeling that telling her anything about the corpse sitting with us wouldn't help me much. You saved me from the dungeon. In the dark, dank place, a hat's not enough for the gold. Dungeons here aren't for keeping, but for killing. I see. Let's commit lèse-majesté together. Surely the Red Queen will forgive us for piecing her together. I much preferred this Mad Hatter. No, Alice. This is much closer to blasphemy. We have no choice but to beg the wrathful god for forgiveness, don't you know? I couldn't help but think of Osiris, the judge of the dead, cut to pieces by his own brother. Even a god king, rather than a god queen, could be chopped up and rendered helpless. The tutors would be proud of me for remembering. Haha, is that so? It'll be good working with you, Hatter. I offered a handshake. Seeing her hesitation, I expected her to reject my outstretched hand, but she instead grabbed my finger with an expression filled with uncertainty. I thought she would try to pull my finger off. However, she only gripped me weakly and shook it up and down before letting go once more. She was a bit gloomier for the time after. Night fell and another day ended. I think that's where we're gonna stop for today. At least for Who is the Red Queen. I think this is a good place to quit. As night falls. As we are night. Looking at the time. Let's put my music back on. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm gonna turn you up. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Let's go back to my hangout screen. Alright. Not quite ending just yet, but we're probably winding down to start ending somewhat soon. Hold on. My music loud. Okay. Okay, there we go. Aha, thank you. Main culprits in each mainline RE game. RE1 T-Virus, yes. RE2 G-Virus, 3 T-Virus again, 4 Las Plagas, 5 is Ouroboros virus, 6 C-Virus, 7 Mold / Megamycete, 8 is Megamycete again, and then mine's the mutated T-Virus. Choose your fighter! Exactly. Yes. That is all correct. And then there's, you know, the spin-off games, like, what is it, like, the Veronica, the Veronica virus, come from Code Veronica. Was it just T-Virus again in RE0? In Project Zero? When I'm trying to remember the names of games I've never played. Here, I'm gonna... T Veronica, yeah, yes. Right, RE0, I saw it beautifully described, as... Wesker and Birkin having the worst Saturday night of their lives. That's just the plot of RE0. That was T-Virus. Okay, cool. That was also T-Virus. Wait, hold on. Let's move the category to chatting. Is this update? Okay, cool. Literally, yes. It's so funny, because that's literally what's happening. If you don't play it, just watch somebody play RE0 for the hell of it, because it's really funny. It's just Wesker and Birkin have a very bad, very no good, very bad day. Time. Is it RE0 or is it RE1? No, it's RE0, isn't it? Where it... Time to die, Doctor. Don't worry, I'll take over your research. Ha 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 ha. The fucking voice acting is my favorite. I love it. Time to die, Doctor. That one? Okay. But that would be a good... That'd be a good one for a Twitch alert sound, actually. Time to die, Doctor. That would be good for bits. Oh, I should... No! Wait. That one, or complete global saturation? Ooh, yes. RE series was never known for its voice acting. I would argue that the clunky voice acting makes it 10 times better. I would argue. As someone who came into the series late, like as an adult, much later in life, I personally find it fucking awesome. I love it. A tiny room. You were almost a Jill sandwich. My oldest grew up with RE. I didn't know about it for so long, and then even when I heard about it, I was like, eh, because I was like, I was not a kid that liked any sort of, like, gritty, you know, shooting, fighting, zombie shooter, any sort of game like that. COD, absolutely not. Would never touch it. I was like, Pokemon strictly, and then like maybe some, maybe like a Mario game or two. Kirby, like it was very Nintendo heavy, and then like Spyro stuff, and like Sonic. I was into the very like colorful, cartoony animal mascot ass games. That was very much like the shit I liked. But you know, taste changed and developed, and I branched out eventually, and now I'm like, wow, Resident Evil, I love you. And 10 years ago, even just 10 years ago, I don't think I would have even entertained it. I played so much Pokemon and Mario growing up. Yeah, that was so much of my life. Mario RPGs are good. They're so good. I love them. Those 3D games are so good. Mario Galaxy is still a very treasured memory. Because oh man. Yeah, because when we were younger, we didn't get... Oh man, we didn't get a DS until, like... Black and White had released at that point. It had been released for a while, but this was before Sun and Moon came out. Black and White had released, and I think the 3DS had just released, maybe? Or it was going to release very soon when we finally got our DS. I got a little late start on the video games, honestly. My childhood, like my young childhood video games were limited exclusively to Wizard 101 and Peggle. And Peggle 2, which was not as good. So then I just went back to playing Peggle. Man, did you guys play Peggle? That shit was peak, man. I love it. I fucking love that game. I know it's still around, technically. But I fear it won't be the same. Or it'll be very, like, pay-to-play, like Wizard 101. Which I have regrettably not touched in a long time because I don't feel like I don't have money to pay. I need to get a picture of Professor Egad yelling, "It's a time hole!" Just keep it in your wallet. As y'all know, Pokemon has my fingers so long, yes. It's embedded into your DNA. But the game that made me become a gamer was Banjo-Kazooie. Yes. Yes, you have told me that. I can't wait for you to play that on stream one day next. I still don't know anything about it, so I'll be going into it fully blind. I have a friend who still plays Peggle sometimes. Yes! It's so based. Ugh, I want them to just make Wizard 201 already. Me too. Can we get it from somebody that isn't, like, squeezing every penny out of our pockets? Can we get a game where we don't have to pay to play it? Thank you. Wizard High School. Yes. Wizard 1101 College Class. Okay, that's even better, though. We go even farther. If we do Wizard 1101, we can have a romance aspect. And we can romance. We can romance all the, like, all the different NPCs from all the different worlds. Yes. This is even better. Man, fuck Wizard 101. We're making our own game. It's gonna be Wizard 1101. Fuck it, we're doing it ourselves. I mean, at this point, even if we do it ourselves, we could probably get the graphics to look at least as good as Wizard 101's right now. I will. I want to show people this wacky-ass game that defined me. I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see and have everything fall into place. Just be like, I understand. I understand Nick's a little bit better now. I see how this has shaped and influenced her. Because he's the character that introduced me to sarcasm. I love her so much. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. There's a lot of the older Nintendo game characters were... They're, I think, in some ways... not better, but, you know... They could be very unique. And I like that. The way Wizard 101 does combat geared decks is so fucking unique. Why is there nothing else that can scratch that itch? Dude. It's what I want. It's like what I've been wanting this for like every game with any sort of like card-based kind of system. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Bakugan? For years, I have been yearning for a Bakugan game in the style of Wizard 101. Do you know how fucking awesome that would... Oh my god. I want it to be real so bad. Dude. Okay, there was... I don't know if anyone else here was into Bakugan when they were younger, but there was a Bakugan Wii game. The name escapes me right now. But that was my favorite game for so long, and I never finished it, and I'm still so sad about that to this day. Did you say Bakugan? Yes, I did. I said Bakugan! You heard me! You mean fucking Peak? You mean Peak? Yeah. Oh my god. One of my favorite things ever that I'm so sad people don't talk about more. Bitch, that shit was my shit. Still have that childhood ones on my fridge. Oh my god. I had so many. I say so many. For me, as a kid of a lower middle class income family, lower middle class income family, I think I only had 5 total in the end after a few years. But I had some favorites, and they ended up like the magnets like they started to get like weaker, and like the, you know, when like you put them into a ball, like the joints started to get looser, and it was so sad. Like the stuff started wearing off. I had to throw some of my favorite ones away. I still have one though. I think that one's one of my favorites too. It's like a wind version of, oh god, I cannot remember which one it is. It's a draconic-like looking one though. I still have that one. I keep it with my Pokemon cards. It's the only one I got left though. Actually, I think I had a Triton one too. An Earth element Triton one. That one, if it's not somewhere else, I might have given away. There's 101 and Battleforge, my 2 favorite regular usage TCGs. One of them was a kid's game with too much pay to win, yeah. The other was Assassinated by EA. Why do they always kill the good games? We need to talk ball one day. Absolutely, please. It's the main toy I'd ask for special occasions. Me too! If it wasn't like Pokemon, or like Pokemon the game, or like, you know, Pokemon related stuff, it was Bakugan. Those are the 2 things I always ask for. And sometimes, you know, like a cool, just throw like a cool dragon figure or a horse figure on there. God, those were my favorite though. I felt so bad though, because they were not the cheapest at the time. So I understand why my parents didn't buy more for me. But as a kid I didn't, and I was like, why don't they give me Bakugan? I just want to play ball. I had Bakugans when I was small, but I never even knew it was more than just little ball thingies. Yeah, they have, they each come with, like, their stats, like, they have cards. So, how it usually goes is, because that's what, it's technically, it is kind of it's a TCG, but you also get, like, a figurine of your card monster. Essentially, it's like TCG, but if they knew how to make it peak, right? So you have the card down, and then were the cards? I don't think the cards were magnetic, but the idea was maybe they were. The idea was that you roll the ball in such a way that the Bakugan would land on the card. Like, it's just, you know, a cool visual. It's like if they made Pokemon that came, like, out of a Pokeball for the Pokemon TCG. Which is a thing that I think I can safely say that every kid wanted at one point, probably. One of my favorite exchanges is Banjo-Kazooie with that context. Hey, sorry to tell you that your brother died. Sorry to hear that, Playful. Did he go out fighting? Playing cards, actually. Typical. Still have my ability in gate cards. Oh my gosh. I definitely got rid of all my cards, unfortunately. The gate cards were magnetic. Okay. Okay, good. I was like, some of them were, some of them weren't. Okay, the gate cards were the ones that were. Oh, I wonder if that fucking assemble-able cutout pirate ship TCG-ish thing still exists. What? That sounds fun. But yeah, if you like TCGs, but you also like having like a little figurine sort of thing, or just any sort of thing that represents your little monster or card creature, Bakugan. Actually, I don't know the current state of Bakugan. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to be looking for on YouTube as I go to sleep tonight. I will be probably looking for any sort of video talking about Bakugan and where it's at now, because I have not watched it for a while. Watched it. They don't even make the show, probably. I don't even know. I'm assuming things. God, I haven't watched the show forever. Draco. My gosh. Oh. Sorry, I'm just like, I want Bakugan again. Boy, you don't have money. Simply stop wanting material possessions, me. That fucking WikiHow image of the guy yelling at himself in the mirror, that's me. Stop spending money! You don't have money to spend! Stop spending money! It's okay. I already know what I want on my Christmas wish list, though. What are the odds? Okay, actually, what are the odds that I look up Bakugan on, like, I don't know, like, what does Throne use? I know they use Amazon. What are the chances I can find legit Bakugan on Throne? Guys, do we think I can find legit Bakugan on Throne? Yes or no? Oh, the Pirates TCG's barely being held together by a couple thousand fans making stuff on their own and nothing else. Damn it. Well, at least it's being kept somewhat alive. Damn, that sucks though. I still remember my very first Bakugan, but I don't know what happened to it because I don't have it anymore. No! sucks. You know, I don't know where I have no idea what happened to my very first one either. I think it might have been one of the ones that broke at some point. Or, like, I wore it down so much, because I'm gonna be honest, I love to take those things with me. I love to, like, hold them and, like, put them in my pockets and take them places with me. I take them on the fucking playground. I take them to school. I take them to church. I take them fucking everywhere. They were like my little pocket buddies. My parents didn't know what the fuck Tamagotchi was. I didn't have Tamagotchi when I was a kid. I had Bakugan. that's the friends I carried with me in my pockets. Hold on. Now I'm curious. I want to see if we can find... Can I find on Throne? Do I even... Do I even have anything on my Throne anymore? Oh, I still have these. Oh, those clip-on cat ears. That's right. I forgot about those. Can I add on here? Hold on. I'm not sharing it because I don't know if it's gonna share anything weird. I don't know if it's gonna share anything weird or anything. Import from Amazon? What the hell? Oh yeah, that's right. Saw someone use a magnet on a shoulder strap to carry. They're back going around like they did in the anime. Oh my god! Wait! That's... Oh my god, that's really awesome! Oh my god. That's such a good idea. Thank you. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so funny. I feel like shoulder accessories are becoming in. I remember checking out, is it the U2s? They do FNAF plushies sometimes. I remember checking out their page, and they have like a type of plushies that are like, they're like shoulder buddies that are meant to be like carried around on like your shoulder. Oh man, that would be so cute. They're carrying around the Bakugan on your shoulder. Oh my god, it's just like the show. It's just like the show. God, it's based as hell. Why is... Oh, never mind. I was like... It keeps putting my thing in picture. It's fine. It's not important. Well, I will see if I can... I guess I'll look and see if I can add freaking Bakugan to my Throne wish list. Because, honestly, I just think it's kind of funny. I have no idea. Like, if they're expensive as hell, honestly, I'm not gonna add any. Like, maybe I'll add, like, one for laughs, but... If they're, like... I feel like they used to be, like, not cheap, but they were, like, not super expensive. I don't know. We'll see. I just think it'll be funny. I don't even know if I have my Throne panel up on my Twitch right now. If not, I'll probably put that up later, honestly. There's nothing on there, but I should probably use it more because I forget that it exists. And sometimes there's small, useful things that are cheap, and you know, sometimes it you know, I feel like I want a guy out. That's what Throne's for. I can't even use like a... We're gonna move on from this. I can't even use like a birthday excuse because I'm like, my birthday was last month. Whatever. Anyways. It's actually kind of funnier if I just leave it with just the clip-on cat ears on my Throne. That might be funnier. I don't know. We'll see. I think since we're approaching 3 hours, I think we're gonna end here. I think we're gonna end here for the night. I'm feeling the I think we've wound down enough. I'm feeling the sleepiness starting to come in. So I think we're gonna end here about now. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun. This game is... I like this game. It's very fun. Good blend of, like, creepy, unsettling, and just, like, surreal, you know, book-like, dreamy wonderland. I think it's fun. I probably will just continue it next week. Next week's stream will probably just continue this and finish it out. Maybe. Likely. And then eventually we'll get that Amazing Digital Circus visual novel stream going. One of these days, don't worry. Definitely want it to happen. That's gonna be so fun. Tired Sleepy creeps in. It's coming in. I feel it. I feel it. Hanging out with you tonight. A friend from work's coming over, hanging out with me for the first time tomorrow. Oh, yay! Hang out time, Yippee! Well, I'm glad that you guys we were able to catch each other. Passing each other like planes in the night. I'm glad we were able to hang out for a bit this evening. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys next week. I think I forgot to upload the VOD last week, but I will get that uploaded sometime this weekend. Nerd-ass planes. Affectionate. I guess I'd like you guys or whatever. You nerd-ass planes. Oh, you guys are gonna game? Hell yes. Hope you guys have fun with that parallel play. I am gonna go dip and probably go to bed while listening to videos about Bakugan lore and shit. Alright. I'll see you guys around. See you next week. And where's everyone gone? Pingo? See ya. Bye.